All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Card Talk. I'm Ryan, joined as always by Tyler and Lou. Today we have a lot to get into. We're going to talk about a major Honus Wagner sale. We're going to talk about Bailey Zappe. We're going to talk about the Panini Iverson sneakers. And then Courtney brought up a point about downtowns in 2022. We want to hit on that. Probably get into some college football talk. We'll mention Max's championship in F1. Lou's hot on the Houston Astros. Lou and Tyler's Jets are hot. Real hot. We'll talk about that. It's a lot to get into on today's episode. Lou, we'll let you go first. I know you got a little humor out of my. We'll talk about Bailey Zappe take, so we'll let you go first.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy to me that we can't give Zach Wilson any credit. We're going to talk about Bailey Zappe on the show like he's some kind of future Hall of Famer, and I don't like that. So I'm going to move on. We'll get to that later. The most important thing to me is that it's playoff baseball time. The Astros start their ALDS today. The Yankees start their ALDS today for Tyler, and away we go. These are going to be a very exhausting, 3-4 weeks here for me. I'm going to be really tired. I can already tell.
Strapping in early for 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, strap in. I'm ready to go. Another Super Bowl run, another World Series run, and here we go again. So I'm ready for that. I'm excited to see how cards are moving. I didn't think there was that much movement during the first round of the playoffs. I think that's more of a function of people not really paying attention than anything because it's still early. So,
you mean baseball?
Yeah. So we shall see. Also, me and Tyler put in a good for baseball parlay. Yankees Astros series price plus 110.
Correct, and that's coming off the reverse Met Jet happiness wager.
Yes,
which was we were at the tailgate Sunday pre-Jets game, and you got a lot of Jet jersey, Met hat, a lot of both games same day chatter, and we're just surveying, and the last hour before NFL kickoff on Sundays is always tricky because I'm just trying to get to 1 o'clock without completely depleting my FanDuel credit line, just firing and things. So we're like, look, what would a Jet Met fan prefer today? And that would be a loss during the day and a win at night. And what is the absolute opposite thing that would happen because no joy comes to Met Jet fans ever? They got the Jet win in exchange for the Met loss.
Tough for Jay. Tough for Jay for sure.
Tough way to go out for sure. I don't really have much high hopes for the Yankees as a Yankee fan, not as a diehard Yankee fan, not as I can name the top, the lineup. I couldn't even name the first 3 batters if I tried. But I did have Jeter on the wall growing up as a kid, and I don't have much faith in where the Yankees are going, unfortunately.
Lou, do you see much? I see you nodding there. I sense. Is it just me, or is that a slight tone change from the last 3 to 6 months? I think if we run those clips back, that tone's a lot different than it was.
It's a nice hedge for what he knows is coming. It's a nice hedge for what he knows is coming.
What do you mean? I mean, the Astros stink.
If we run the clips back in the beginning, Ty was all in May.
All I'm going to say is just clip that little part right there where he says, I don't really think the Yankees are going to do very well. I don't know that much about the Yankees. Just clip that part out so that if something crazy happens and the Yankees somehow beat the Astros, I don't want to hear it.
What do you mean? It's the oldest reverse jinx in the book. Come on.
I think if we run the clips back from March.
You know what I am going to be firing today, though?
Penn State.
I'll get there. We'll get there. The Rags are back, baby.
The Rags are back.
Opening night of the Rangers.
They are a Ranger game, right?
They are one of, for sure. Got to.
Let's do it.
The tickets are not cheap this morning.
Yeah,
but yeah, Rangers tickets definitely carry.
Who do they play?
They play the Lightning, Tampa Bay Lightning.
That's who we play Friday for the opening night game.
It's a big one. Damn, the Lightning are just getting hit with opening nights all over the place. I'm excited about the team this year. I'm excited to get some games. They're going to be good, hopefully. Hockey's always tricky. You can be good and then not good. You can be not good and then good. But the city should be on fire for the New York Rangers. And we got a little Rangers, Yankees, New York City energy tonight. Jets are firing, Giants are firing. Sports might be turning around in this place because it's been about 10 years of absolute misery. And then just wait till the Knicks kick off and the garden's back rocking. It's fall. You know. Also, I am going to London. That is confirmed. My plan is likely to go to the show on Saturday for like the first half of the day. And I'm going to go to some footy matches and link up with some people and be over there for NFT London. And that's the plan as it stands.
That'll be a good time. You'll have
I'm
fun
really
there.
pumped. Really
Yeah, that'll
pumped.
be a really good time.
Bringing my pops. It's going to be good.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
A lot on my mind this morning. Ohio State football. I'm locked in on that. I feel the same way that Lou feels about the Astros, about Ohio State football. Nothing else matters. I couldn't care less about any other sport in the world. I want to see Ohio State obliterate every team they play the rest of the year, especially the teams, you two, Lou kind of, Michigan kind of not. Like, it's kind of weird, but
When do you play Georgia?
hopefully Georgia loses and we don't ever have to play them, but
That's what I would say too.
I'm ready to play anybody.
Ohio State's going to beat the brakes off of Michigan. Tyler had it nailed 2 weeks ago.
How do you guys feel about the topic that I was holding on to for a little bit, but Penn State goes to Michigan this Saturday?
I think Penn State could win that game.
Yeah, I'm. If I was going to the game, I would be wearing a shirt that says "We are," real big.
Because you want Michigan to lose always.
Absolutely.
What do you actually think is about to occur?
Over anything. Yeah, for sure. I don't have any.
So do you think
outcome.
Penn State's going to win, or do you think Michigan's going to win?
When it comes to sports, I just seem to favor pessimism. So I'm just going to assume Michigan's going to win, and if Penn State wins, just get the pain out of the way. I'm just going to assume Michigan's going to win, and it's in Michigan. Like that sucks. The big house is huge, right? It's big, right? It's been there before.
It is the big house.
Yeah, right. It's wild. So
I think we're gonna take it to them. I really believe.
Do you really?
Yeah, I really do.
You favorites or underdogs?
Dogs, 6.5 points.
6.5 point
a
dogs.
lot of points for a team that hasn't played anybody yet, Ty. I don't know.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, shout out to Desmond Howard and his take on College Game Day this week. I don't know if you guys saw David Pollack go at him, but he said, when is Ohio State going to come back to the college football world? Basically implying that their schedule was, absolute cake. And then David Pollack hit him with when is Michigan going to come to the college football world? Basically, I think Michigan's like 127th or something in the country in strength of schedule. Like, they played some of the worst FC or Power 5 schools where they played like Hawaii, UConn, like rough.
Yeah, they played nobody.
I'm definitely rooting for Penn State.
This is their biggest game of the year, right?
Who?
To date, both of
Michigan?
them.
Yeah, this is by far both of their biggest games.
Yeah.
I mean, Penn State went
we do
to
have a
Auburn.
road SEC win, yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
We're either going to have a 5-year quarterback that shows veteran leadership, or we're going to have a 5-year quarterback that shows why he's a 5-year quarterback.
Heisman candidacy still on.
It is. You win that game, the chatter begins.
Big moment.
Listen.
Don't let it get up. Don't let him get
Sean
hot.
Clifford's Heisman moment is this Saturday afternoon in Michigan.
Nah, Nick Singleton's going to run rampant.
So, a couple more weeks, Ty. You'll be in London. Ohio State, Penn State.
Yeah, I'll be there that Saturday. Pretty
phone,
dialed in.
The phone is going to be a problem. I can just taste it.
The phone?
Yeah, I heard the beeps.
Oh, yeah,
that's not me.
That was me. I just turned it off.
All right.
Focus.
Judy, I got you, Judy. Judy's back. Let's go.
Judy is back.
All right, real quick. I figure we should highlight it. Max, back-to-back world titles.
Yes.
Back-to-back World Drivers Championships. He won in Japan. Not gonna lie, this is the first race in a long time I have not watched. Did not watch it. Did not get up.
What time did it start for you?
1 a.m.
1 a.m.
Yeah, it was an interesting one.
Yeah, did not get up to watch it. Got up and saw Max won. Saw Perez did a little move on.
There was it was
Charles.
a disaster scene.
I heard that. I heard the rain. I heard about the tractor on the.
Yeah,
on the
I stayed
track.
up for it. It was the first one I stayed up for in a long time, or the first one I watched in a long time.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And there's a tractor on the track. There was a crash on the opening lap. It was a complete disaster.
Yep. And then I saw the Red Bull budget cap thing. Court asked about that. I don't know as much about the rules.
It was a minor.
Yeah.
It's funny how it's minor. It's only minor because it's Red Bull. It's weird.
Well, and it came out on Monday, right?
And that was for
I
last
thought it was
season.
great. So there was a report that came out like on Friday, like it was supposed to come out on Thursday or Friday. Then they pushed it to Monday just to really keep the chatter and drama going through the weekend. That was good.
I mean, obviously, you always know that kind of sports and the sports leagues lean into the entertainment aspect of everything, and they do that on purpose. The FIA is on another level of incompetency. It's like crazy to me. I think it like hurts the sport, like how incompetent they are.
Even with Michael Massey not even there, it's just
everything in race decisions, the budget. How is the budget even a problem a year and a half down the road? Like, I don't get that. How do they not know how much money everyone's spending? I don't get it.
It seems like an odd thing to bring up, all these months later.
And then it was like very obvious that it was like a big budget issue, and then they were like, no, it was just minor. So
it was minor.
Championship, it's fine. It's like, oh, okay, I trust you.
Ready for Austin in a few weeks. I'm excited to get back to a race.
You're pumped.
Yeah, pumped. So excited. I cannot wait.
That's going to be a good one.
It's 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, weekend before Ohio State, Penn State. So excited for that. I was hoping they would have, like Max wouldn't have won, and he would have won it in Austin. Like I was hoping for that.
Conspiracy theory. That was good.
Yeah, I know. I was really hoping for that. But
I could have seen that one. That one would have made sense to me.
Yeah, just would have been cool. But excited to get back there for that. I do want to talk about it a little bit. Have you guys followed much about the Panini sneakers? Friends and family pair, got a pair of those.
Yeah.
But they've got the line dropping. I think it's November 4th. Ty's rocking a pair. Showing the pair on camera.
Match worn.
Yeah, match worn. 0-1 in that match.
You're not wrong. I am 0-1. But they would still do well with a nice Sharpie over the front toe.
Yeah, for sure. Those
definitely made for that. It looks like.
Yeah, right? I was gonna say the same thing.
These are hot, actually, and the leather on these are actually like
Ty, pretty comfy.
They're comfy. The leather's nice. I enjoyed wearing them. They're big. They're a big shoe, but it's a nice little touch. The Panini up there.
Has anyone sold any of the cards yet?
I have them right here. Should I rip them?
I feel like we should. I feel like we should do like a live pack break live on Card Talk
right now.
Maybe we don't do it right in front of the mic.
I'll try to be better.
Or right in front of the mic. Either one. You have to like really make a decision.
Panini. We flipped the script on 07 and 22. A special take on Iverson's coveted blue and gold question PE. Brought to you by Reebok and iconic sports card brand Panini. An especially unique Prizm parallel. Only 100 printed. Rare. Like you. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Let's see what we got. Were there different? Is every pack the same?
I actually don't know the answer to that question.
I don't either. I had it up on Panini's blog. I was looking at it the other day.
Something big right now.
Ty, what do we got?
You know what's crazy?
A little bendy. Yeah.
A little bendy.
A little bendy. We got the AI. Ooh, interesting. Hold on.
Want to show them on the screen?
Yeah.
For anyone watching listening on Spotify or Apple, Tyler's opening the pack. Little AI looks like a Prizm card, but like a weird design Prizm card.
There's 2 cards.
Yeah, and now what's the other one? Because I've seen some of the other ones. Yeah, that's the other cool one. It looks like a super kind of.
It does.
Yeah.
Now mine's numbered 0 to 100.
Yeah, I think they're all like that though.
001 to 100.
Maybe you have 001. That'd be kind of fire.
Right.
002 is really the one to have, right?
Why was that his number?
Isn't it Allen Iverson number 2?
3?
No, like 3. He's 3.
Why did I think he was 2?
I'm not sure because I mentioned Jeter earlier, and he's the greatest player ever wore number 2.
No, that's definitely not the reason.
Just putting it out there.
Yeah, but the other pairs, there are 3 other pairs. There's like a tiger stripe pair. There's a black pair.
Why I said 2? That was so stupid.
Yeah, black Pulsar, rookie signature Prizm, and then Tiger Prizm are the other 3 shoes coming out.
Yeah, the Tiger ones I saw, those look pretty fresh. But I don't know. I mean, it's a cool collaboration and all that stuff. I think something to watch for is when the cards start getting graded, when they start getting sold. I would like to see that because obviously I think AI is a pretty heavily collected guy.
Yeah.
Shoes look cool.
I don't know. I got to find out if there's different cards per packs.
I think they're the same because those are the two cards I saw in the other pack.
That would be disappointing.
Shoes are sweet. I think it's a nice marketing play. Nice collab. Collabs are all the rage nowadays. I think we're going to see them. I think we should see some, like, I don't know, card crossover, like select Prizm.
Interesting.
Select Prizm?
Just like brand.
Make a select card a Prizm kind of like overlay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know. Play around.
I think the Dunkin cards are a good idea. Dunkin Donuts should make cards. This is a free gazillion-dollar idea.
The acetate ones?
Talk about the Dunkin Go Nets from the
Dunkin Go is a great name for it, and then you just have everybody use every card as a player dunking. That's like an automatic cop for me.
That's like a set from like when is that? The late 90s, early 2000s? Yeah.
But Dunkin Donuts should sell them in their stores.
I don't disagree, but you got to get the rights.
Figure it out. I don't know. I'm an idea guy. I'm not an execution guy.
Just throwing darts at the wall.
Respect.
I love it. All right, let's want to chat about this a little bit. I think this is kind of a unique idea. This is just a quick one-off. Courtney mentioned before we started, I don't think you were here, but she mentioned that she Court, do you know where you heard it? I don't know if you want to drop it in chat but she had said something about the Donruss downtowns in 2022 football are going to have players with the city in the background where they won the Super Bowl.
Makes sense.
Not the city that they play in. Ty, you don't seem excited.
Meaning they're only going to be players that won the Super Bowl?
But I was just thinking about that. No, that's a good question. But Court, now that I think about this, they've done this before. This isn't actually a new thing. They did this previously because Mahomes has one from Miami. It's got flamingos on it. Jay said he wants one with Miami in the background. Yeah, there's one with Mahomes now that I think about this. But to Court's point, the title of the document says, Donruss Football expands base card set, offers new downtown twist. But if that's the twist, they've done this before, right? I know Mahomes has that one with like him in Miami. It's got flamingos on the card. That's the only reason I know it.
Yeah, I mean, they're talking about it in here like it's new. I'm reading it right now. Super Bowl Downtown adds a new wrinkle to the venerable Downtown series. Rather than focus on the player's hometown, this super short printed insert centers on the city where players excelled during their Super Bowl. Yeah, I don't know. If you're saying they've had it before, I take your word for it, but...
Yeah, but like the Matt Stafford card they show, like Matt Stafford won the Super Bowl in LA. That's not LA in the background. So is it just him? Is it just them putting the Super Bowl logo on the card? Like, is that the new piece?
Possible. Because what are those Rams in the background? Yeah, I guess those are Rams in the background.
Yeah. Very interesting. I'll be curious to see what those actually look like when that comes out.
Yeah, it's one of those classic things where like they put out this information and it's like not very detailed, so it's hard to talk about.
Yeah, interesting. All right,
right. You're lagging like crazy right now, just so you know.
Is it bad?
I mean,
Ohio Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you guys need to figure that out.
We don't have fiber here. I'll leave and come back. All right, we're back.
He's back.
We're live.
Right, we're back.
Hopefully that's better. Sorry about that. Back on topic. Lou, you laughed a little bit about it earlier, but Bailey Zappe, whatever it is, won a game, 29-0, Pats over the Lions. And Jay and I were talking about this. I think, Lou, you might have been in the other room, and Ty, you hadn't come yet. Jay brought up a point about like this might be awfully familiar to Ben DeNucci. Back when Ben DeNucci comes in for a few games, his stuff got hot. Tyler was always dropping the
Ben DeNucci.
Yeah, the TikTok sound.
Yeah, the TikTok sound. But like, remember?
I don't remember Ben DeNucci.
You don't remember Ben DeNucci's cards? Oh my goodness! You don't remember when he was playing for the Cowboys?
Ben DeNucci?
Yeah, you don't remember this? Was like last year. Was it last year or
No,
2
it was
years
the
ago?
COVID. It was the COVID year.
COVID year? Yeah, 2020. You don't remember Ben DeNucci? Oh my
Gotcha.
goodness.
What are
His
they going to do
stuff was
about Dak now?
he's
You
going to
start
play.
again?
Yeah.
Is Tua going to play again?
Yes. I mean, this year or anytime soon, that's a different story.
Word is that Teddy Bridge showed signs of stumbling, which is why he's going to go back in the game.
This is going to be one of those things where they're going to go hard in the other direction, like too hard in the other direction to the point where it's like they're going to have to figure out a middle ground, because if nothing happened to him and they just pulled him out of the game, it's tough.
The call was the roughing the passer call. Obviously, the Patriots one people talked about. The one last night was one of the most brutal things I've ever seen.
The Derek Carr, Chris Jones?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it. Was it crazy?
It was
all-time bad.
Worse than the Buccaneers one this weekend with Grady Jarrett?
Potentially.
Same level of badness.
Which is max bad.
Yeah, that's wild.
He hit the quarterback. He pretty much had the ball before he even was going to the ground. Derek Carr then happened to be under him. He threw his hand down to try and stop it. Had the ball the whole time, and they called it. I thought they were going to call dead ball, like personal foul, roughing, or unsportsmanlike or something like that after the fumble, but no.
The officiating in the NFL is a disaster scene. It has been for years. It continues to get worse week over week, and I think it's affecting the product. And when it's affecting the product, it affects everything else. And they got to figure out a way to fix it, because I just
the
don't know
other argument though is what they're trying to not have is the Dolphins now have to start like some dude you never have heard of. And when they go to play Chicago, and that's the Sunday night game, obviously they can flex it, but the media deals that they have now are so vast and so big that they can't afford to throw up a stinker in a
it's like the Thursday
getting a main channel.
It's like the Thursday night game last week with the Colts and the Broncos, and it's so bad. And they said the next week's going to be like Washington and Chicago. And they're like, you think this is bad? Just wait till Washington, Chicago next week. Like, some of these teams are terrible.
I mean, it's the NFL. And it's
who does Chicago turn to if Fields goes down?
They have a backup. I mean, they haven't lost anybody yet. Probably, isn't it Foles? Isn't it Nick Foles?
Probably like some dude out of like Missouri.
I'm pretty sure it's Foles.
Fields' problem is not Fields. The Bears' problem is not Fields. It's the guys they have around Fields, like
Trevor Siemian.
So that's a Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. What?
Tyler, what are you talking about, bro?
Joe Burrow has the best receiving core in the NFL.
He had no line. He made plays. Fields, players make plays. Players make plays. Draft a quarterback. It's supposed to be able to
They beat the Niners week 1.
Who?
The Bears.
Wasn't it like the most rain that's ever come down in a single NFL game of all time?
I'm just.
And they were in the
counting wins or we're not counting wins. Like, what do you want him to do?
Fair.
He wins in the rain, and it's like, oh, it doesn't count because it was raining.
It doesn't.
That's the silliest shit I've ever heard.
That's just Ohio State coming out, and you're just trying to get Ohio State guys some wins. I get it.
Winners win.
Yeah. All right. Do we, Jay, we doing questions this week? Yep. Perfect. All right. Let's get into some of the Facebook questions. Shout out to everybody who submitted questions via the Facebook group for Car Talk Pod. This one's from Cole. It says, I pulled a Seiya Suzuki auto redemption from Prizm Baseball. Do I redeem it or try it and sell the redemption? I'm a little skittish from some of the Panini redemption stories I've heard. Thanks.
I feel like Seiya Suzuki is not maybe I'm wrong about this, maybe not a big enough prospect to warrant like waiting out the auto like that. If it was me, I'd probably just be selling the redemption just to take the money while I can. If that's a consideration, I would just take the money. That's just me.
Yeah, sometimes I redeem it. Sometimes I sell it. I don't do baseball as much, so this does not excite me. So I'm probably selling this, getting the guaranteed money, but to each his own.
Yeah, I mean, the auto's doing what, like probably $50. I'm looking at it right now on eBay. Yeah, 43, 40, 46. I would just take the $50 and move on.
Okay. Tyler says, what is your favorite kind of parallel from any set? For example, white sparkles, tie-dye, Nebula, etc. Cracked ice from contenders draft picks. Ohio State cracked ice rookie autos. That is my favorite. There's a lot of good ones, but that's my favorite.
I'm probably between, and it was on last week, the zebra, right? I think I kind of like there's certain iterations of like camo Prizm that I really like.
Yeah, and then the other one I would say is probably like the original Mosaic, like the subset Mosaic that was in Prizm. That's probably high on the list for me too.
Dalmatian was last week.
Yeah, Dalmatian.
I thought Dalmatian was pretty cool. But honestly, there's some like there was this era of Prizm that just like the colors, just like the low numbered colors were so vibrant. I felt, and you get a color match with that's what I would say my favorite, like blue on blue, red on red.
Yeah, like team color match. That's cool.
Yeah.
This one is from Kaboom Cards. It says, hey guys, the World Cup is typically played in the summer where it's only competition for eyeballs here in the US, where its only competition in the US is MLB. This World Cup, as you know, is being played between Thanksgiving and Christmas. As a result, the World Cup will really be competing for attention in the US, as we have college football, college hoops, NFL, NBA, and NHL all vying for viewers' attention at the same time. Due to this competition for eyeballs, will this affect the prices of soccer cards domestically since the U.S. controls the card market? Thanks for all you guys do, and Jason, for all that you do for the hobby.
To my understanding, they're like building the schedule around those things to not have to compete with them. So I think they're going to do their best to avoid it, but I'll let Tyler answer.
I think it's a super valid question. I do think that those are far busier times, the holiday, the summer, kind of like even with work, it was always a big kind of corporate event and people would get off for the countries that are playing whenever there's a US game on. It's kind of like a whole day off. I think over the holidays, I think it bodes a fair point. I don't know about NHL. I also think that what time do we know World Cup schedule? I always look up. Hey, Lou, I'm trying to talk here a little bit. My pup is just, running its mouth. So, the games are at 8 a.m., at least on the East Coast. USA Wales is at 2 p.m., but I'm seeing 5 a.m., 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 2 p.m. So you're actually not really competing.
That dog has a lot to say, brother. That dog is talking to you.
Hey, bud. Hey.
Yeah,
so I don't think – I think it'll dominate the newsy cycle. It is a little early in the NBA season, but yeah, Lou's not happy.
He disagrees.
Yeah, just.
And then from a price standpoint,
competition, huh?
Yeah. From a price standpoint, everything's kind of in flux right now. So I don't know necessarily that you can say that football is going to be a reason why soccer cards don't pop off. Like I don't think that's a fair. That
won't be the sole reason why soccer cards don't pop off.
It's the number one thing that goes on my mind when even we talk about fluctuations, like how big are these fluctuations that we're talking about when this market there is a headwind for anyone trying to pull off any sort of gains.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, agreed for sure. This is great. Shout out to Jay for throwing this in. This is from Lou's dad. Shout out to Mr. Janu. It says, much respect for Ryan. He was a buyer of Jalen Hurts while his partners were not. That should be a topic.
That's from Big Lou?
Yeah, my dad's been in the Facebook group going nuts.
Let's go.
I told you guys, it was just a hedge a bet. It was just, hey, if I'm going to be wrong on this take, at least I'm not going to be wrong financially. And they're a top 3 team in the NFL.
Yeah, although they cost me some coin over the weekend. I had a solid laying 5.5.
They're definitely a top 5 team, and my dad is very funny. He's like very locked into Ryan content. So when Ryan goes against his word, much like this Jalen Hurts thing, he's very aware.
What do we think about Kyler Murray?
Out. Not
down. No thanks. Pass. Next.
Just
Couldn't
like
be less
macro out.
Yeah, couldn't be out more. Could not be more out on Kyler Murray.
Who are you more out on, Kyler Murray or Dak Prescott?
Kyler
Oh, Kyler by far.
by a mile.
Dak's like a really good NFL quarterback.
I don't know about that, but Kyler's
I
not.
do.
I couldn't get behind the Kyler take.
I think 95% of NFL teams would trade their quarterback for Dak Prescott in a real hurry.
The Cardinals were really set up to like be pretty cool. I feel like the Jets might take that slot.
Have you seen the statistic, Jay? Jay, can you find the statistic? There's a statistic about Kyler Murray's record on double XP weekends on Call of Duty.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's
It's
the
like
best thing in the world.
It's like 3 and
Total
25.
Total
It's like
bit.
Kyler Murray's record on double XP weekends on Call of Duty. It's
I also have this theory that
rough.
they purposely play really bad in the first half because they want to have like these crazy comebacks in second half, and he does it every week.
Who?
The Cardinals.
Yeah, but they lost this week.
I know, but they have these crazy second half comebacks, and it's just like part of the excitement of the Cardinals. It's very funny.
Ty, has your take changed? Either of you has your take changed in the last 7 days about who you're buying or who you're selling? Is it improved or gotten
Last
worse?
Record show, I was saying sell Trevor Lawrence.
Man,
Yeah,
just
I'm
hate
pretty
my guy
sure.
T-Law.
Pretty sure I was buy on Patty, sell on Herbert.
Patty's
So I'm still there. I might even be doubling down.
They should have lost last night. We didn't get to talk about that. And the Chiefs probably should have lost the game last night. And it's a
Fine.
little bit of a different conversation today, but
You know, wait. We're 35 minutes into this episode, and it is worth noting that one of us won in fantasy football this week, and the other two of us did not.
yeah, but head to head, you lost. So like, I don't care.
It's early, right? Don't let me get hot late. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
teams starting to click on all cylinders. Gabe Davis, Mike Williams.
Yeah, when you
Nick
take an interest in
Chubb.
your team, they start to perform better. You haven't cared up until
I've
now.
set every lineup. Tyler didn't even draft his team and barely has ownership rights.
I don't know.
Focused on my main franchise.
Yeah, here we go.
My main franchise.
I just think it's like when Lou and Tyler win and they beat me, it's like, hey,
Yeah,
it's a bigger
Ryan,
topic.
congratulations on taking
Lou, I
control
think
of your
you've
team.
lost 2 in a row, if I'm not mistaken.
I have lost 2 in a row. That's correct. I'm
Yikes,
falling apart.
that's
I'm
tough.
I'm a nightmare with fantasy this year. I can't get anything done. It's
Ty,
it's
do you
great.
think you should get another owner, maybe somebody that's a little bit more competent and could help you win games outside of Jay?
That was unnecessary?
No, Jay's my guy. We ride.
That was a wild. I'm
That was
Yeah, we ride.
I'm sure I'm gonna go 1-9 and have to eat all these words later, but
Yeah, Jay's my guy. Don't ever come on my guy again like that.
oh, I love it. Shout out to Jay.
I'm excited to hear your take on Nathan Wilson's question here.
Oh, this is I think this is a pretty easy answer. Nathan Wilson says, does the recent Brett Favre controversy hurt his card value, or does the collector of vets not really care?
I think his value ends up at a tough spot.
I would agree with that. I think the true Packer fanatics will still keep his cards. I think the additional group of collectors that is not a Green Bay Packers diehard will look less and less for Brett Favre cards.
I think that's right.
What was tough for Brett Favre was like immediately they turned to another quarterback that's legendary, and so it's just like
Quickly
They also had
forgotten.
a really
quickly forgotten. So even like any like diehard Packers fan,
Yeah,
like,
because they went
has
to play for the
another guy-
Vikings. He
has
went to play
another
for the
guy that
Vikings.
They can, yeah, and
Like if
There's-
JT Barrett went to play for Michigan, I would never, ever, ever have interest in his stuff. Ever.
I don't even think it's that as much as like he just had a super weird end to his career. Like he went to the Jets, he had that whole controversy when he was with the Jets, he goes to the Vikings, he plays against the Packers. Like
Yeah,
it just wasn't a good end. And he was kind of the whole time he was in Green Bay, wasn't he? Like
yeah,
the same thing Rodgers is doing now, he was doing back then. Like it's just I don't know. And now he's even worse of a guy. Like it's just not that interesting.
Yikes. All right, let's get into some play of the week. Jay said there's 4 submissions for this week. Last week's was pretty good, so we'll see how this week fares.
Jay's asking if we beep. I'm gonna say twice to see if we beep it all 3 times. That's it. Thank you.
All right, we got Frankie's Cardboard Collection on IG. It says, hey guys, listener of the pod from Australia, and this is my play. Recently went to a card shop I frequently go to and grabbed the NFL boxes down. Started going through them, looking for some PC cards. Barely any Rams. What caught my eye was there was a fair bit of Tua, Burrow, and Herbert rated rookies. A purple shock optic for each of them, and then some paper and canvas rated rookies. All of these cards were $5 each. I listed them on eBay and most sold. This is around the time the season started. The Herbert Purple Shock sold for $170 and the paper for $30, the canvas for $50. Burrow Purple Shock sold for $100. Tua Purple Shock sold for $60 and the base optic for $25. Not a bad little turnaround for $5 each. Love what you guys do for the hobby. Keep up the good work and looking forward to more content.
Yeah, what is that, like $20 into like $450? Pretty nice.
You bought 6 cards, 30, yeah, $30 and 170, 270, 350, 410, 435.
Yeah. So like 30 into 430.
Yeah, almost 15x.
Value boxing continues to win the day, as usual. In a world where cards, it's a little bit harder to make money in cards this year than it was last year or even 18 months ago, the Australia value boxes are coming through.
Love it.
Some good quarterbacks to find in the Australia value box, I must say. It's a good play.
Yeah, Ty, I wonder what kind of plays you might be able to find for like American football or other stuff over in London at the card show, right? Where it's not as big of a sport as soccer.
Can I ask a stupid question? What's the main sport of Australia?
Rugby, right?
Australian football, it's called.
That's bigger than rugby?
It's a different sport. And then I'm probably cricket, but it's Australian football.
Interesting.
Aussie rules football, yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
It's
different than rugby.
Yeah, I know. That's where they get all the punters in the NFL from.
Yeah, my guy Cam Johnston. I think Jesse Merkel. I think there's a couple Buckeyes that are from Australia.
Probably.
I think the Penn State dude might be from Australia.
Oh, some recruiting violations going on.
Next. Yeah. Next. All right. This is from Flippin' Out SC. It says, want to submit a play for Play of the Week. To preface, I'm a Canadian currently living in Mexico. This makes flipping sports cards a bit more difficult as it all has to be digital due to high shipping fees and many lost packages coming to and from Mexico. But a few weeks ago, I saw a Hero Crown Rookie Auto pop up on COMC. Seller had it priced at $75, which I thought was low, but it had a condition note on it, soft corners.
Corners, multiple.
Knowing that many thick cards like this had corner issues, I decided to do a quick search of the comps to see if this price was in fact low and what the condition of the rest of the sales were. I saw that almost all of them had the same corners issues were selling for around $150 or so. So I threw out an offer of $55 and the seller accepted. I sent this card along with a few others to Ship My Cards, where I then listed it in the Ship My Cards Facebook group. Within a few hours, I had an offer of $110, countered at $130, and gladly accepted $120. Also, a side note, I did let the buyer know about the condition of the card before finalizing the deal, and he was more than okay with it. After all was said and done, I was into the card and shipping fees from ComC to Ship My Cards, and then Ship My Cards fees with a $1 box with the $1 box-to-box fee, $59.69, which meant I profited $60.39 overall. Just goes to show that you can make plays from anywhere in the world. Keep up the great work. Love the pod.
Hero signed a big extension, to my understanding.
Yeah, it was a really big extension.
Was it like we tried to trade you, but we couldn't trade you, so we can't get rid of you, so we have to give you an extension? Or was it like we actually believe in your extension?
It was a lot of money for what Tyler Hero is, but it's not as much money for what Michael Porter Jr. is.
So I like this play a lot, and I like the idea that, you can do all of the all your work online and all is good and all that stuff. I just don't know, what is your upside on this Tyler Hero outside of this? So I feel like I would take this money all day long.
Agreed.
Aligned.
I've never been. Yeah.
We know, Ty. We know.
Yeah. Not a big Tyler Hero guy.
Yeah.
All right, next play. All right, this is from 479 Cards.
George Kittle.
Here's my submission for Play of the Week. I was digging through a box at a bigger show recently, and I was the second one over to the guys' boxes. He had just 2 smaller boxes, but I noticed someone going through them pulling quality cards out of it. I respected their space and waited for them to dig through, knowing I was missing some of the deals, but I was still confident. Came across this George Kittle Elite Rookie at a 149 in the mix, as well as 23 other cards I got in bulk for $20. At 83 cents a card, I knew everything I got, there was some potential. Kittle was a 5th-round pick in 2017. Typically, being a non-QB or wide receiver, they don't get into as many products, so I felt really good about it. Checked the comps, and I noticed higher numbers, doing quite well in the 75 range. Listed on eBay for $150, took an offer of at $100, netting $85 profit or 102x on the investment.
102x. I feel like George Kittle is probably one of the more popular position players because he's just a wildly famous dude.
I would say he's probably. I mean, he's one of the best 5 tight ends from the last 10 years.
100%. I think I'm in the NFL right now. I would say he's definitely in the top.
I'm saying from the last 5-8 years in the NFL, he's got to be one of the best. Who else is
He's
up
been
there?
in the league since 2017, so that makes sense.
Gronk, Kelsey,
I don't know.
Gronk and Kelsey.
Mark
Waller?
Andrews.
You're not. Andrews is great. Agreed.
Waller.
You're not putting him above Waller at this point.
Tony
Yeah.
Gonzalez retired like yesterday.
Yeah, right.
Hank B's getting the rock quite a bit.
I don't know about that. All right, let's not push it.
My guy Herndon.
Herndon, shout out. This is a great
Yeah.
play.
Conk's been on fire.
What I was thinking about it as I was watching this is I wish we could do if there was some way to get a list of like when players have been used in Player of the Week. Like, I think this is the first time I've seen George Kittle in Player of the Week. Someone
Like-
should do that. That'd be funny.
Like who shows up the most?
Yeah, like first. Yeah, I want to know who was when was their first appearance? Who sells for the most?
Like
who
a
wins the
comic book,
most?
like first appearance of George Kittle on Card Talk Play of the Week.
Yeah, like do we have
This
like
is definitely.
a leader in the clubhouse for most Player of the Week victories? Herbert and Burrow have to be the most. That's probably right. Or maybe like Luca or something.
I don't know. We don't pick these super obvious ones all the time.
Yeah,
Burrow,
that's true.
there's a lot of Burrow.
We had a dog. I mean, a dog one, right? I mean,
And a San Diego chicken.
and Hannah won with an F1 plate from like
That's true.
what was the auction
San
house
Diego
like?
chicken was good.
It was from
Yeah,
like
the French one or
like
something.
a French auction house. Like,
It's a great play.
That's true.
anyways, good. What I like about this play is, and he calls this out, is somebody's going through the dollar box and I didn't jump in front of him and smack all his plays. I waited my turn, got in there. I love it. I hate it when I'm going through a dollar box and someone just like, hey, I'm just going to cut right in front of you and just go in there. Like, not everybody knows. I just think that's
Yeah, it's poor form.
it's just a dealer etiquette thing. Like, to me, this is a great thing. And I think it's a helpful tip. So
I agree.
nice play. Michi Graphs says, bought this raw as a base card for 200, slabbed it up assuming it was a regular base variation, and apparently it was a 1 of 1.
To national.
So it's an Acuna 2018 Donruss Optic Blue Prizm PSA 10, and it looks like it's a national 1 of 1.
But there's
No.
no sign of that anywhere.
I wonder if it's like a white box 101 or black box 101, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a very short description, short to the point.
But it sold for $1,763 as a PSA 10 for a 1 of 1 from the National. That's insane.
Yeah, that's really confusing because it doesn't say national on the card anywhere.
Well, there's got to be some way to identify it.
Yeah, I mean maybe it's just.
I think another
On the
picture would have been helpful, but there's got to be some way to identify it. It's probably.
I'm looking at it right now. On the back, there's nothing either. It makes no sense.
There's got to be something.
It's
What
weird.
is this? All right, let me look. 2018 Kuna 101.
Electric podcasting here.
I want to see. Now I'm like curious. Like, how is
Ryan
it?
Johnson has a lot of Mike Francesa in him. For anyone listening, if you know, you know.
This look on the back of that, those grading numbers we were talking about.
Yeah, PSA graded 270,000 items last week. That
Last
boggles my
week or
mind.
last month?
I think it was last week. I'm pretty sure it was
No way.
last week.
Yeah, it was. I thought it said weekly.
Shout out Gem Raid.
Talking about supply. Hey, so
Did It doesn't say anywhere about this card why it's a national 101.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I told you on the card, there's nothing on it. It's very weird. Yeah,
Is-
last week PSA graded 240,000 items.
Is it safe to say Kirk Cousins is in a sneaky position right now?
Like in real life?
Yeah, like 4-1.
Yeah, I also think they are. Is it possible PSA labeled it a 101 improperly? It is possible, but I just don't understand. Like someone who maybe knows baseball can explain it better than us. It's weird to me that there's because all the national cards have the national logo on them, so it's confusing to me that there's nothing on the card at all that denotes that it's a 101.
Lou, is it possible?
Yes.
So I got these NFL power rankings up in front of me.
Mhm.
The Jets, CBS moved the Jets from 26 to 14.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets played 4 quarters against a 7th-round rookie quarterback
Mm-hmm. You play your schedule
at home.
Mhm.
Is it possible we're in for an absolute nightmare in Green Bay?
Of course, it's possible. I would say it's not the Jets' fault that they had to play against the 7th round.
I'm just
They beat them
saying,
40
you
to
jumped 12
17.
slots after. I know they did. Well, you saw the worst play I've ever seen. He made a couple rookie turnovers. Tyreek Hill is absolutely electric. Watching him play in person, like really, you would be like, that dude's hard to stop. But that turnover where he literally tried to roll the ball backwards to his guy when he was getting sacked.
He was clearly a mess. No, I think it's obviously. I thought this week was a classic Jets letdown spot. I do not think that we are in for that this weekend, and I'm sure I'll eat my words. Like Jay's saying, these guys have no wide receivers. I just don't know what they're going to do against the Jets. Like they might be able to run the ball on us, but like outside of that, I don't know what the Packers are doing. The Packers are not very good.
Gotcha. Respect. 3 wins. Feels good. All right.
All I'm saying is 4
this
weeks.
the last submission?
Yeah, I think this was a good. I'm still confused by this card, and I don't understand it, so I can't vote for it.
I don't know how it's a 101. Like it doesn't say anywhere on the card at all.
Yeah,
It's wild.
Weird. I think I like the Australia play. And I like the idea of Frankie being in the group chat, just coming in at random hours because he's on different hours than us.
Jay, go through them again.
It's not Tyler Hill for me, dog. It's not George Kittle. He just buried me.
Yeah, I think it's the Herbert Burrow $5 box plays.
Agreed.
I think it's this one.
Aussie.
Shout out, Frankie.
Someone gonna give me an oi.
I don't have an oi in me. I think that's not for me.
Right? Aussie.
I don't have it in me.
Oi.
Let's go, Jiffy. It's my guy. Come on.
What is that? That was wild.
Oh man,
That's gonna show up on the yearly recap.
that was great.
Aussie. Oi.
Jay's gonna go ahead and bookmark that episode as this is gonna show up in some of the highlights this week. Jay supporting Tyler.
NHL is officially back. Rangers start tonight.
Yep.
Right, I saw you posting some hockey cards today.
NBA is back next week with the Knicks kicking off on Wednesday.
Don't care.
The World Cup is coming.
Don't care.
We are almost a third of the way into the NFL season.
Care.
Baseball playoffs are in motion.
Care a lot.
College football rocking and rolling.
Care a lot. A lot.
The college football season is about to start. Some may say
Conference play.
the leaves are changing. It's fall.
I'm iffy on the leaves changing.
Might need to bake some banana bread.
I love a banana bread.
Latest launch, real quick.
And there's the latest launch to get.
There's the latest launch. Big week.
We were just trying to get you there.
National Treasures Collegiate Football. Elite college product. WNBA Prizm.
So are those on-card autos the collegiate stuff or no?
A lot of the like patch autos are, yes.
That's cool. So there's going to be like CJ Stroud.
No, I'm not sure if Stroud has patch autos. I don't know that. You're more looking for like Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis, Brian Robinson.
Oh, it's last season.
Desmond Ritter. No,
Sorry.
it's this season. Kenny Pickett's a rookie right now.
Oh, it's draft picks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, collegiate.
Sorry.
Yeah, collegiate. Yep. Archives Baseball, Space Jam, A New Legacy. It looks like I think that might be Hobby.
We're still doing Space Jam products?
I mean, Blasters came out months ago.
Yikes. Man.
Months ago. So
Yikes. Kenny Pickett will be a big get in that product, I would imagine, because now he's like a Pittsburgh legend.
Yeah, I mean, after your boy Josh Allen smoked and put up 350 yards and 4 touchdowns and a half.
Yeah, but I just mean like he was a quarterback at Pitt. Now he's a quarterback for the Steelers. People
Steelers,
probably
man.
love that guy.
Are the Bills that good or the Steelers that bad?
The Bills are pretty good. We'll see in 4 weeks.
Who are they playing 4 weeks? The
The
Jets?
Jets. Quinnen Williams card should be skyrocketing after he tossed Tyreek like he was a ragdoll. That's true. Quinnen did toss Tyreek. Ryan didn't see it because he doesn't watch the games, but
He stiff armed him.
what?
And it wasn't really that crazy. It was a nice stiff arm.
Okay, whatever.
Ty, I hope next time we see each other live on Card Talk, you have a big win under your belt, my friend.
I might
might
have to
be
hammer
pain.
Penn State this weekend.
I just did.
Did you?
Always.
It's Tuesday.
I get it in so I can sit with
That's
it
an
for the
early hammer.
week. Just gotta sit with it for the week. I feel good.
I hope you're right.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see you next Tuesday. Peace, guys.
Peace and love.